Hi everyone, I thought today we'd do 5 different sun salutations to get your day going. Please join me on the mat. Alright, let's start at the very top of the mat. Bring your hands into a prayer position. Okay. Stand tall, navel in, lift the crown of the head. Take a deep breath, inhale through the nose, and exhale out through the nose. Okay, with your next inhale, sweep your arms out by your sides. Reach your arms overhead and let the palms touch briefly, perhaps a gentle back bend at the very top. And then as you exhale, swan dive and fold into a forward bend. Softening here for a moment. Next inhale, lift up halfway for a flat back. So your hands can be on your thighs, on your shins, or on the mat. Okay, it's flat back. Exhale to fold into a forward bend, placing your hands on the mat. Stepping back, the first one, we step back into a high push-up position. Okay, so you want to make sure your shoulders are over the wrists, and fingers nice and spread. Okay, and if you need to bring your knees down for this one, so be it. Knees down to the ground. Take a low push-up from your toes or from your knees. Elbows hugged in close to the body as you lower. And then inhale to sweep through into a cobra. Can be a gentle cobra, can be a deeper one, up to you. Nice stretch to the front of the body. And curling your toes under. We're going to lift the hips up and back to come into downward facing dog. So you might have to adjust the feet a little here in down dog. We're going to press down into those nice spread fingers, thumbs, index fingers, press down into the mat. Nice and strong, pressing the hips up and back. Bend one knee and then the other. Pedaling out the feet here a little. Keep breathing, nice deep breaths, long exhales. Good. And then into a downward facing dog, just pausing here for one more breath, feeling good. At the end of this exhale, gaze in between the hands and walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Forward bend. Inhale, lift up halfway for flat back. Exhale, fold into a forward bend. And inhale, let's come all the way back up, stretching your arms out. Let the palms touch, perhaps a gentle back bend at the very end. And exhale, bring your hands back into prayer. Let's keep going. Inhale, stretch those arms overhead. Exhale, fold into a forward bend. Inhale, wave up halfway for flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step or hop back into a high push-up position. You can bring your knees down here if you like. Take low push-up, elbows hugged in close to the body. Inhale, sweep through into cobra. If you want to come into up dog, go ahead. Do that. Press down into your backs of your feet, tops of your feet. Engage the glutes. Lift the hips. Lift the thighs off the mat. Next exhale, curl the toes under. Lift up and back. Downward facing dog. Press down into those fingers. You can try shifting your hips slightly over to the right side. And this might be enough to feel a stretch to the left side of the body. If you need a little bit more, cross the left foot behind the right. Stay here for one more breath. Come back to downward facing dog. Take your gaze under the left arm. Shift your hips slightly over to the left side, staying right here, or crossing that right ankle behind the left. Come on back to the center. Stay here in down dog. One more breath. At the end of this exhale, gaze in between the hands. Step, walk, or hop your feet up to the top of the mat. Light hop perhaps. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. And inhale, come all the way back up, stretching your arms out. Perhaps a gentle back bend at the very end. And then exhale, back to the very start. Stay here for a breath, pausing for a moment. Let's keep going. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, fold, forward bend. Inhale, lift up halfway for flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step or hop back into a high push-up. Take that low push-up, maybe on your knees, elbows close to the body. Inhale through to a cobra or upward facing dog. And next exhale, flow back to down dog. Now in this down dog, try floating the right leg up. Maybe it's about hip height, maybe a little higher than that, and you just want to hold it here. Breathe. And then we'll take that same right foot and step it up in between the hands. Make sure you have that front knee over the front ankle for this one. Now, if you want to lower the back knee down, a little softer version, go for it. If not, keep that back toe curl under, the back knee lifted off the mat. Pause here for a moment. You want to be able to feel that stretch to the front of that left hip flexor. Feels great. You stay right there. Now we'll keep that left hand planted on the ground. Rotate the chest over to the right side. You can do this by placing your right hand on your right thigh or stretching that right hand up towards the ceiling. Good. And then we'll bring that right hand back down onto the ground and take it back into downward facing dog. Either staying in down dog or shifting forward and going through a vinyasa, taking your low push-up, cobra, and exhale back into downward facing dog. Now in your down dog, float that left leg up high. Pause it here for one more breath. Carefully place that left foot forward in between the hands. Just hold it there again. Maybe you can come out onto your fingertips a little stronger with those legs. Too much, bring that back knee down. You can always do that. And remember what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get a good stretch, right? Stretch to the front of the right hip. Now you can stay right here with both hands on the ground, or place that right hand down on the ground. Rotate your chest towards the left. Maybe stretching that left hand up towards the ceiling. One more deep breath. And bring that left hand back down onto the mat. Take it back into downward facing dog. Stay right here in down dog or shift forward. I'm looking for a little bit more of a dynamic class and go through your vinyasa. Inhale, cobra, up dog, and exhale back. Downward facing dog. Starting to breathe a little harder now. It's a pretty good workout. At the end of this exhale, gaze in between the hands. Step or hop your feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. Let the palms touch, gentle back bend, and exhale back to the start. Even though we're starting to struggle a little bit with the breath, you try to keep it slow and even, deep breaths and long, steady exhales. Let's take one more inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Good. Let's keep going. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Take the gentle back bend. Exhale, full forward bend. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step or hop back into your high push-up. Low push-up from your knees or from your toes. Inhale through to cobra, up dog. And exhale to take it back into downward facing dog. Now in your down dog, you can do the same thing as the first lift, right leg up high, three-legged dog. Or this time you can try bending the right knee and try to stack that right hip a little higher than the left. So you're introducing that twist to that spine with this one. Good. And then level off the hips. Step the right foot all the way up in between the hands to come into a crescent lunge. Now, crescent lunge, we have the back knee off the mat. We're trying to make our way up into crescent lunge. A little bit of a balance here. Spine straight up and down. Your back knee can be slightly bent. If you find this too hard, bring the back knee down instead and look for dragon pose. Good. Let's hold it here for a couple more deep breaths. Remember, if you start to get strong, you can always straighten the back leg and deepen that stretch to the front of the left hip coming into this crescent lunge. An option to look for a little bit of a back bend. Bend your arms into a cactus position or goalpost position and turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. Come back into crescent lunge. Exhale, release the hands back down onto the mat. Back into downward facing dog. And you know what to do. You can remain here in down dog or flow. Take a low push up dog, and downward facing dog. Okay, so for those of you who need to take a quick break, anytime you need to do that, come on down into child's pose and then just rest there for a moment. Otherwise, come back into downward facing dog. And we're going to take that left leg and float it up high for three-legged dog. Option to bend the left knee and open up. Try to get the left hip a little higher than the right. You level off those hips. Step the left foot forward. Come into crescent lunge. Or if you want to lower the back knee down, go ahead and do that. But we're going to come into crescent lunge. Steady. Deep breaths. Here we go, one more. Option to look for that little opening of the chest. Elbows bent. Turn your gaze up. Keep the legs strong. Back into crescent lunge. Exhale, release the hands back down into the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. If you want, you can flow again. Shift forward and take your vinyasa. Good. At the end of this exhale, gaze in between the hands, feet to the top of the mat. Step it up or hop it up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. Stretch arms out. Gentle back bend. And exhale, back to the start. Just one more left to go. We can do it. One more deep breath. Let's do it. Inhale, stretch arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step or hop back. High push-up. Low push-up. Through to cobra, up dog. And exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Good. Let's take the right leg and stretch it up high, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee and draw it in towards your chin or chest. And you're going to have a slight rounding of the spine. You can stay right there or shift forward to hover. And exhale, stretch that right leg up and back. Inhale forward. Again, stay right there or shift slightly forward for a little bit more work. Take it right up and back, downward, three-legged dog. One more time. Come on forward, hover, and back. Now step the right foot forward to come into a warrior two. So right foot up in between the hands. Turn that back heel down, plant it down firmly. You know, try to press those thighs open, keeping front knee over the front ankle for warrior two. Right hand stretching forward, left hand back. All right, so we've got nice warrior two. Stay here, steady, keep breathing. All right. Keep that front knee bent. Take the front hand, the right hand, reach it up high towards the ceiling. Back hand just lightly touching that back leg. You can tilt it back a little bit more here if you want. Reverse warrior. And then triangle pose. Come on up, straighten that front leg. And then look for a triangle. Straight legs, straight spine. And you're just going to keep those arms straight as well. Right hand just somewhere along that right leg. Feels good, stretching out the sides of the body and the thighs. Stay here for one more breath. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, bring those hands back down into the mat, and you know what to do. Back to downward facing dog, either staying right there or taking your flow. Whew, there we go. Take the left leg, stretch it up high, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee in towards the chest. Stay there or shift forward to hover. And then stretch it up and back. Yeah, let's do that again. Two more times. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Once more. And back. Alright, let's do our warrior two. Stepping that left foot forward. Okay, turn that back heel down. Front knee bent, back leg straight. You know, make sure that left hand is straight forward and the right hand is straight back. So we're just pressing those thighs open, making sure that the spine is as straight up and down as physically possible for you. And then we're going to take that left hand, stretch it up towards the ceiling. Bottom half of the body remains steady. Okay, come into triangles. Straighten the front leg as you come up. Straight lines. Left hand down towards the left shin. Right hand straight up. If you want to rest it on the waist, no problem. Triangle pose, keep breathing. Good, one more. And come on back up. And then we'll bring those hands back down onto the mat. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Vinyasa, one last one here. Okay. At the end of this exhale, gaze in between the hands. Step or hop your feet up to the top of the mat or walk it up. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. And inhale, let's come all the way back up. A big stretch, gentle back bend. And then exhale. Hands back to prayer. I hope you enjoyed that. That was our 5 vinyasas. A great way to start off the class. If you want to continue on to do some seated stretches, it'll be great. Your body's all nice and warm. You can head on to more yin classes. If not, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much. Namaste.